I spoke about this concept many times before on this channel, but new facts keep coming out that demand your attention, so listen right now. Also, you keep doing it anyway, so you didn't actually learn from what I was saying last year about ejaculation, nofap, and semen retention. The fact remains, you continue depleting your greatest power source with absolute carelessness. This daily waste of divine potential happens through pure ignorance on your part of what truly resides within you. What does it actually mean that there's a God hiding in your balls waiting to come out? Far more than a religious metaphor, this statement points to the concentrated creative power contained within your sexual essence. This power creates either physical offspring or transforms into a spiritual awakening when properly redirected. Listen carefully to this fundamental truth. If you have no conscious intention to create children in any sexual moment, absolutely zero reason exists for your seed to leave your body. None. This represents the most essential principle every man must understand. Each emission wastes the very substance that could transform your entire being. Ancient civilizations across continents recognize this reality. The Chinese Taoist tradition identified semen as containing Jing, the foundation of both physical vitality and spiritual development. Egyptians portrayed their creator deity, Atum, ejaculating the universe into existence. The Mayan creator was named Itzan Maj, meaning one who does semen or ejaculation. These weren't primitive superstitions but sophisticated recognitions of the cosmic creative force manifested in human form. Consider what modern biochemistry confirms about semen's composition. Over 200 proteins, multiple enzymes, amino acids, vitamins, fatty acids, sugars, minerals, including zinc, calcium, and magnesium, nutrients essential for brain function and cellular regeneration. Every ejaculation depletes these precise resources your body needs for optimal performance and consciousness development. You might object, but that sounds like some weird ancient superstition. Look deeper. Neurological research confirms that ejaculation activates intense brain patterns similar to certain mystical states. This suggests the same energy circuit serves both reproductive function and consciousness expansion, precisely as ancient traditions claimed. Both science and traditional wisdom converge on this understanding across time and cultures. When we say come out, we mean something entirely different from ejaculation. We speak of this energy circulating upward through your spinal channel via the microcosmic orbit, exhaling up the back, inhaling down the front, cycling through energy centers rather than exiting your body. This circulation transforms base sexual energy into refined spiritual consciousness, the true meaning of alchemy, turning lead into gold within your energetic system. This understanding transcends religion or morality. The principle operates whether you approach it from a scientific, spiritual, or purely practical perspective. Conscious containment and redirection of sexual energy unlock dormant human potential, your inherent creative power awaiting proper direction. What happens when you master this practice? The benefits extend across multiple dimensions. Physical transformation, increased energy and stamina that persists throughout your day. Enhanced immune function reduces illness frequency. Improved sleep quality requires fewer hours. Accelerated muscle development and recovery. Heightened sensory awareness makes colors more vivid, sounds clearer, and touch more sensitive. Stronger physical presence that others unconsciously recognize. Mental enhancement, sharper focus, cutting through distractions effortlessly, enhanced memory retention for learning and skill development, greater mental endurance for challenging tasks, clearer thinking in pressure situations, eliminated brain fog and mental fatigue, increased learning capacity and information processing speed. Emotional mastery, greater stability during challenging circumstances, reduced anxiety and depression without medication, enhanced confidence and self-assurance in social situations, diminished neediness and approval-seeking behaviors, increased emotional independence, stronger boundaries in relationships prevent energy drainage, creative expansion, heightened inspiration and insight appear spontaneously, enhanced problem-solving abilities from unexpected angles, greater innovative thinking breaks conventional patterns, sustained creative energy for completing projects. Deeper access to subconscious resources is typically unavailable. Spiritual awakening, increased meditation depth, transcending ordinary consciousness, enhanced intuition guiding decisions with unprecedented clarity, a greater sense of purpose and meaning beyond ego gratification, stronger connection to universal awareness, expanded consciousness beyond personal identity limitations, direct perception of subtle energetic reality. If you really feel something in your heart as I speak, give us a like and subscribe. I'm going to continue to help you. Now, look at how this energy transformation actually works. The mechanics operate through specific pathways within your subtle anatomy. Taoist masters mapped the microcosmic orbit, energy circulating up the spine through the governor vessel and down the front through the conception vessel, creating an unbroken circuit. Similarly, yogic systems identified Sushumna, central channel, with Ida and Pingala, left and right channels, conducting vital force upward to awaken consciousness centers. During arousal without proper direction, energy naturally pools in the genital region, creating pressure seeking outward release. Through specific techniques, this same energy redirects upward, activating successively higher energy centers along the spine. This process transforms reproductive energy, focused on creating others, into regenerative energy, focused on recreating yourself. The fundamental principle is energy follows attention. When awareness remains fixated on genital sensation during arousal, energy flows downward and outward. When awareness shifts upward along the spine, energy follows this pathway, activating dormant capabilities within the nervous system. The transformation occurs through distinct stages. Initially, retained energy builds in lower centers, sometimes creating restlessness or discomfort. This signals successful energy accumulation. Through proper circulation practices, this energy rises, activating successive consciousness centers associated with vitality, emotional balance, personal power, heart expansion, clear expression, intuition, and expanded awareness. Now let me challenge my own teaching. If sexual energy naturally seeks expression, might retention create psychological problems or physical issues like prostate congestion? This is a valid concern. The key distinction is that these practices involve redirection, not mere suppression. Without proper circulation techniques, conserved energy can indeed create discomfort or psychological pressure. This explains why comprehensive practice systems always include specific techniques for moving and transforming this energy rather than simply holding it back. The greatest misconception? These practices diminish pleasure. The opposite proves true. Practitioners consistently report whole-body orgasmic experiences without ejaculation that far surpass conventional climax in both intensity and duration. Imagine experiencing waves of pleasure lasting hours rather than a few minutes, while growing stronger rather than depleted afterward. For practical implementation, consider this progressive system based on traditional wisdom adapted for modern men. Phase 1. First 30 days. 1. Complete retention for 7-day periods, gradually extending duration. 2. Daily energy circulation, morning and evening, 10-minute sessions. 3. Eliminating obvious triggers, creating unconscious arousal patterns. 4. Tracking energy, mood, motivation, and mental clarity differences. Phase 2, second month. 1. Extending retention periods to 14 days or longer. 2. Adding arousal control practices during self-pleasure without ejaculation. 3. Implementing advanced energy circulation techniques. 4. Directing enhanced energy towards specific goals or projects. Phase 3, third month onward. 1. Extending retention cycles to 21 or 30 days. 2. Integrating partner practices if in a relationship. 3. Customizing energy cultivation approaches to individual constitution. 4. Connecting sexual energy management with life purpose manifestation. Throughout these phases, specific fundamental techniques remain essential. 1. Testicular breathing. Draw energy upward from the testicles through gentle awareness with each breath. Feel subtle warmth and tingling rise from reproductive organs toward the lower abdomen with each inhalation. 2. The big draw. During high arousal, inhale deeply while contracting perineum muscles between genitals and anus, visualizing energy rising up from your lower spine to your crown, back of neck and head. Hold briefly at peak inhalation before releasing the contraction and exhaling. 3. Microcosmic Orbit. Inhale energy up the spine, over the crown, and down the front of the body with exhalation, creating a continuous energy loop that prevents stagnation. 4. Cold water practice. Apply cold water briefly to genitals when experiencing excessive pressure, helping redistribute energy upward through temperature-induced contraction. Comment below if you felt that shift in consciousness when I mentioned whole-body orgasmic experiences lasting minutes rather than seconds. So, what prevents most men from experiencing these benefits? Several obstacles block this ancient wisdom from modern application. First, pornography creates neurological addiction patterns, training your system for rapid ejaculation rather than energy cultivation. This rewires reward pathways completely contrary to retention practices. Breaking these patterns requires neural rewiring through consistent practice. Second, cultural conditioning equates ejaculation frequency with masculinity and sexual prowess. This backward understanding completely inverts traditional wisdom, recognizing that true sexual mastery involves energy direction rather than depletion. The most powerful lovers throughout history practiced retention techniques. Third, impatience sabotages practice when initial discomfort arises. Modern instant gratification culture lacks the discipline that traditional systems cultivated. Short-term discomfort during adjustment phases prevents experiencing long-term transformation. Wait a minute, you might interject. Many medical authorities claim regular ejaculation prevents prostate issues. This represents partial understanding divorced from complete practice. Studies showing prostate benefits from ejaculation never examine the additional variable of proper energy circulation techniques. Simple retention without circulation may indeed cause problems, but retention with proper circulation creates entirely different physiological results. Throughout history, those who mastered these practices demonstrated extraordinary capabilities. Tesla produced unprecedented scientific innovations while practicing lifelong semen retention. Many Olympic athletes incorporate temporary retention cycles during training phases for enhanced performance. Spiritual adepts across traditions maintained similar disciplines while accessing expanded consciousness states. Some might worry, Will these practices damage my ability to have children later? This is another misconception. Proper retention actually improves reproductive capacity when procreation becomes intentional. The body continuously produces fresh semen, eliminating older cells while maintaining optimal quality. When reproduction becomes your conscious intention, the retained energy enhances rather than diminishes fertility. Communication proves essential for those in relationships. Many partners enthusiastically support these practices once they understand the mutual benefits. Extended lovemaking sessions, deeper energetic connection, and the absence of the typical post-ejaculation disconnection many women find frustrating. Non-ejaculatory intercourse creates mutual energy exchange rather than one-sided depletion. Now, consider the metaphysical dimension. What exactly do we mean by God hiding within this essence? This refers to your divine creative potential. The same force that manifests universes operates within your being on a smaller scale. When conserved and redirected, this force awakens dormant divine consciousness within. Your physical seed contains potential humans, and your energetic seed contains potential divinity. See yourself as an alchemist in your internal laboratory. Your body contains all the elements needed for the great work of consciousness transformation. What specific results might you expect from dedicated practice? Initial changes typically include increased morning energy, enhanced workout capacity, improved focus, reduced social anxiety, and greater motivation. As practice deepens, many report expanded meditation experiences, spontaneous creative insights, enhanced charisma, and access to subtle perception beyond ordinary sensing. The paradox of these practices? They require extreme discipline precisely when discipline seems most difficult, during sexual arousal. This creates the perfect training ground for developing mastery over your most powerful energy. Every moment of successful redirection strengthens neural pathways supporting consciousness evolution rather than mere reproduction. Your ancestors knew this science. Indigenous cultures preserved these teachings. Spiritual adepts across traditions mastered these arts. Now this wisdom returns to modern consciousness as we recognize the limitations of purely materialistic approaches to human potential. The divine creative force resides within you now. Will you waste this power unconsciously or harness it for transformation? I challenge you directly. For the next 7 days, conserve your sexual essence completely while implementing basic circulation practices. Notice the changes in energy, mood, motivation, and perception. This experiential knowledge will convince you far more effectively than any theoretical teaching. The power of creation waits within your body now, not symbolically but physiologically. This same energy that creates physical children can alternatively birth your higher self. The techniques exist. The potential awaits. The decision belongs to you alone. Continue unconscious depletion or begin conscious cultivation. Will you release the God within unconsciously or cultivate it consciously? Your choice determines not merely your sexual experience but your destiny itself.